So the next person we have here, next individual we have here is no other person but boss lady Grace. Grace, thank you for joining this conversation. Thank you so much for being part of this Tech Talk with Sir GW. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know viewers are interested in knowing about the Scholarship Program, which you are a beneficiary on it. You're currently in the UK studying, doing masters in data science, if I'm not mistaken. You have a lot of profile, but I'm gonna launch your profile in a bit. Let's just hear from you, who you are as a person and your programs.
Thank you so much for having me here. I am Grace Munyiri. I am currently, as you've said, doing a master's in the UK data science, and I'm also a founder of an education initiative for young African people. It's called Kakimita Mentorship, where I use my platform to mentor people so that they can get these opportunities that some people, sometimes you feel maybe I am not in the position to get these opportunities, but through my mentorship program, I try to make all these people come to the point where they can feel they can make it and try to help them through. So, yeah, I think that's my profile. I don't think I have a long one, but yeah, that's just about it. Thank you. Yeah. And oh, yeah, we are back. Great.
Yeah, no, no, don't worry about it. It was just for a minute. So you've talked about the mentorship program. You've talked about who you are as a person. The viewers might be interested to know to know more on uh, some of the some of the things you do. So just give me a second while I check in with one of our guests here.
Okay.
Okay, so one of our very interesting slots on the program is the journey. The journey seeks to identify and match the various, like, share your experience with people who have similar experience and tend to connect with them to see that whatever they're doing, they can keep doing it or they can improve on it, right?
Yeah.
So on the search on the slot, the journey, let's go back to the young Chris in I don't know how you pronounce this. Is it
Munyiri.
Chogoria Girls High School,
Oh,
Kenya?
Chogoria. Yeah.
Yeah, you graduated top county student. I want to emphasize on this top county student. If someone doesn't know about county is like a division. It's like a division in Cameroon. It's like a I wouldn't say it's like a province in Zambia. It's more like a constituency in Zambia. I've been to all of these places. You also graduated. You were among the top best in the country in your KSC. That's a Kenyan high school diploma, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You graduated with a bachelor in actuarial science from the University of Nairobi. A lot
Okay.
of diversity in there. Several scholarships to completing your masters. If not, you're currently completing your masters in data science from the Cardiff University in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Again, so please walk us through the process.
Okay. If I go back to when I was in high school, I think I had, this. I don't think like I'm a really, really top student. They just, you try to work on yourself on a day to day basis until, it just falls on you that, oh, actually you are. So I am like any other person, any average student. It's only a matter of just working just a bit extra hard. So when I was in high school, after my high school, and I had a lot of love for mathematics. I don't know why, but for me, mathematics is kind of a bit walk in a park. So I was like, okay, well, I can choose actuarial science since actuarial has a lot of mathematics in it. And I studied actuarial, and in my course, I had this computational data science course that was really fascinating. And I decided to pick it up. Like from my actuarial science degree, I decided to pick up the data science unit that we had. And it propelled me to apply for the course and the scholarship, the Chevening Scholarship, because I knew first data science is very okay. It's the future, to be honest. And two, if I'm able to do this, I'll be a motivation. I'll be able to help many other people to, especially young African women, to feel that they can actually do it and they can study data science. This is not quote unquote because okay, yeah, not very many women are in tech, especially data science. So it's not like a very it's not a very male oriented career section or field per se, if I may say. So it's passion and also being a figure of motivation for other people. Yeah.
So, but I don't believe the story is complete, right? Tell us. Let's look back at your journey to Chevening scholarship. How you managed to secure the Chevening scholarship, sorry, and how you got to the UK, please.
So securing the Chevening scholarship, well, that it's one of those life-changing points, because applying for, okay, first of all, knowing that they only accept only 2% of their applicants. So out of every 100 people, they will only pick two, because in our cohort, 80,000 people applied, but only 1,500 were 1,500 were selected. So it was a lot of self-belief, trying to motivate myself each day that actually, Grace, you can apply and you can get it. Right, because the process, you start with writing the essays. There are 4 essays that you need to write, and then after that you need to go for the interviews, and then after that, that's when you get the final decision, the condition, like you get a conditional award. And after you have provided the schools that you have an unconditional offer from, then you can be able to get a final award letter. So right from the essays, I can advise for the people who want to apply for Chevening, please start as early as possible. You'll have to write these essays, you'll have to rewrite them, have someone to mentor you. I am more than willing. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming reading. So I remember
That's
in the
true.
last cohort, there was a night I was reading more than 30 essays a night, trying to review them. But if you have someone to guide you through, please make sure you have someone who will be review your essays, and also believe that you can actually get it. Because I always tell myself, if I'm not the one getting it, who else? So if you're listening to this talk, if you want to apply for the Chevening scholarship and you feel, maybe I can't make it, if they don't select you, who else? So after the essays, after submitting your essays, then the next thing is you need to prepare for your interviews. The interviews, you have to master your essays, you have to get your story right. You're going there to sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short. I know we are usually told, now you have to be humble with your accolades. They want to see the best in you, because if they're only selecting 2 out of every 100, you have to bring your best to the table, right? So yeah, after the interview is usually like 30 minutes. It can be virtual, some it's physical interview. You go to the embassy, the British embassy in your country, and but don't fret, don't fear, you got this, you will make it. And after that, you get your award, you're selected. Actually, the email starts, we are delighted to let you know. Yeah, it's an excitement by itself. So yeah, that is my, like, that's the application journey and the journey I took as well. And I would recommend the Chevening scholarship to everyone. It's life changing, to be
It
honest.
is. It is. I know of a lot of people who are beneficial of the scholarship. They are recipient of the scholarship, and how much it has changed their life. Given having that opportunity to gain an international experience is one thing, right? It
Yeah,
builds you up for an intent for a better prospects in terms of career opportunities and self building aspects as well. So
yeah,
let's just highlight talk about the timeline, like in terms of how long this the scholarship from time when you initiated your application. I know the scholarship will be opening on September 12th, right? The new
correct.
applications are coming in on September 12th. So just
Yeah.
talk a little bit about the timeline, please.
So for the timeline, you will need to, okay, the applications open 12th September, and
Okay.
then early November, I think it's the first week of November, you're supposed to submit your essays. And then the interviews are usually from late February, March, and April. So that's when the interviews, you'll have the interviews, and then after the interviews, you'll receive. Okay, I received my award in June, the last week of June, but the entire June and July, that's when they start sending their responses. Okay, let me go back. For those who will get accepted after writing your essays and they are successful, they will be notified in late January and early February if you can move forward to the interview process. And then if you're successful with the interview, then you'll be notified in June in June and July, around there, and then you start your you start applying for the visa and everything else. But that, I mean, it's only the essays and the interview you need to worry about. For the visa and everything else, I'm telling you, it's the easiest process. As long as you have bagged that Chevening, you're just going to that office and you're saying, "Yes, I'm here with Chevening."
Yeah, yeah,
So
of
it
course.
will be easy for you. So yeah, that's the timeline. Just make sure by November, if actually don't wait until November, try by October, the midweek, at least you're finalizing your essay. You have like the final version of your essay that you're just reading it time to time to try to make it better. So yeah, that's the entire timeline for it.
Uh, Thank you so much for highlighting on the timeline.
Yeah.
You've been featured on a lot of programs, right? A lot of programs. That's how popular you are. For a lot of the viewers don't even know you're very popular, right? And in some of these videos, in some of your featured videos, I came across some two quotes, right? You said, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. That was the first one. The second one was, hold the vision, trust the process. So talk a little bit about how this has helped you, guide you to where you are today.
Actually, it's very good that you pointed that out because those are my two main quotes in life. If I can think about it, I can actually achieve it, and that propels me to not to feel limited with the resources I have at the moment. I always tell myself, if someone else got it, I can actually get it, and if someone else didn't get it, then I need to get it so that I can be an inspiration to someone else. Because we are in anything that you do, you have to believe in yourself. And also my principle is only believe. You don't have to think much about it. If you want something, apply for it. If it's the Chevening scholarship, because I have a close friend who applied for the Chevening scholarship 5 times and got rejected, but got accepted in the sixth time. I have a friend who applied the first time and she was accepted. I have others who applied, they were accepted in the second round. So if you think that you have the qualities of a Chevening scholar, you know yourself, you know that you can actually do it, you can actually achieve it. Rejection is redirection, right? So if you're rejected once, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply the second time. So if you're rejected the second time, that doesn't mean that you can't apply the third time. So make sure you believe in yourself. And the other thing is, hold the vision, trust the process. You need to be visionary, you need to be ambitious, you need to be resilient. And resilience is what brings about trusting the process. Each and every day you fail the first time, you're like, oh my goodness, am I going to make it on this? So, I mean, why should I even be here, but it's believe you want to, it's because you're trusting the process that each each failure I have, it's a stepping stone to a higher success. So I can say, okay, yes, I have been successful at many things, but I have also my fair share of failures. And these failures, they've made me to be the person I am today. And from each failure, it's a learning point. So yeah, I hope those quotes will also inspire other people. If you believe you can achieve, please go for it. Hold the vision, trust the process. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for sharing that. We had someone from Kenya join us last week, Anita McCoy. She's also highlighted on some of these things, and these are qualities that successful people, will always share to whenever they're given an opportunity to share their story. So I want us to talk about the limitations in girls in tech. Right?
Yeah.
When you look at the statistics, there is a huge gap between women in technology and their male counterparts. So tell us a little bit how we are working together to close these gaps in gender inequality in technology.
What I have seen most recently in very many companies, especially tech companies, they have a percentage that they need to have as women in their board because it was kind of a very male dominated field in the past years, and most women didn't feel that they can actually be in tech. So most companies they have enabled more women to get on board, to be in these board discussions, to talk about tech. And there are so many scholarships as well for girls who want to get into technology, or women who wants to get into technology. There's so many scholarships geared towards that. I know, especially in the US, because after my high school, I was applying to universities abroad for my undergrad, and there were so many scholarships scholarships for women who wanted to go into technology, and there are also so many mentorship programs for women who want to go into tech as well. Like, okay, for example, in my calculator mentorship, I mentor everyone, but I have like a soft spot for women, yeah, especially young African women, to be honest. So there are also so many mentorship programs that you can get. My idea would be, if I would be that, maybe that lady who wants to get into tech and you don't know where to start from, go on LinkedIn, look for someone that you want to be in future, talk to them, because sometimes I think we limit ourselves so much. We're like, no, I don't think they will respond to my message. You do it. I mean, if someone inspires you so much, if there's this person in tech they inspire you, just talk to them and they will be more than willing to mentor you. So companies, they have allocated space for the women in tech. There are also so many mentorship programs, there's so many scholarship programs, there's so many certifications as well. So if you're any young lady over here and you want to pursue a career in tech, please go for it. We need many of you here. That's what I
Of
can say.
course.
We need many
Of
of you here. Yeah.
This is actually good that you highlighted on these quotas that women like companies have
Yeah.
for tech related jobs, because I've seen this in companies. And as an IT instructor, I always tell my students, especially the female students, I'll tell them from the start of the training that you have more chances to get a tech job than your male counterparts. And they always think I'm joking, right? So thanks for emphasizing on that.
Yeah.
Again, any other thing you want to share to the audience, people joining us right now?
What I can say is, please follow your dreams. Don't fret. Don't fear about anything. Just believe in yourself, and you'll actually achieve. If you need any kind of mentorship, any guidance, I am more than willing. Send me your LinkedIn messages. I'm more active on LinkedIn, to be honest, than any other
Right.
social platform. So send me your LinkedIn messages or look for a mentor who will be able to guide you through. And I wish each and every one of you the very best. And make sure to apply for the Chevening Scholarship as well.
Awesome,
Thank you for
awesome.
having me. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Of course, your name is on the screen. If they want to connect with you on LinkedIn, they can go ahead and connect with you. Thank you for joining this session,
Thank you.
Grace. It's always a humbling opportunity to get